first thing first, ki how much of a Mahesh Bhatt's daughter you are?
Well, this whole thing about being Mahesh Bhatt's daughter and kind of being similar to him or being whatever, I think is the only reason people emphasize it or talk about it is because he is my father and he is a celebrity himself. People would rather talk about the connection with me and him than talk about the connection with my mother, for example. But I guess if I am like him, it's because we're both not frightened of taking a stand in life. We're not frightened of believing in something, and we're not frightened of paying the price for whatever we believe in, you know. So if people see a similarity or they see that I've got a Mahesh Bhatt hang-up, then why not? Because I think all girls grew up thinking that their fathers are the most important men in their lives, and all men grow up believing that their mothers are the most important women in their lives, you know. So he's my dad and he's a great human being beyond being a good director. So well, I do have a hang-up if I'm accused of having one, and I'm not guilty or I'm not ashamed of it at all.
But जब आप बड़ी हो रही हुई तो you must have had a lot of impressions of him. Do you think that impressions of Mahesh Bhatt is very strong on you, or Mahesh Bhatt the father is very strong on you?
Yeah, you're right. But then with me and my relationship with him, it's never been कि Mahesh Bhatt director अलग है और father अलग है. Because when I work with him on the set, for example, you know, and people ask me कि how does it feel like working with your dad? But I've never considered it in terms of being my dad or being my director, whatever. What he is, whether whether he's on the set or he's at home, he's the same person. And I've grown up with him where, I mean, my relationship with him was a relationship basically based on a great deal of love, a great deal of trust, and a great deal of, it was more like a friendship.
Pooja, when you must be a kid, you know, तो आपके parents जैसे आपके साथ behave करते थे, the way they were talking to you or the way they brought you.
Yeah.
I'm sure your peer group or your friend circle में शायद इतना कुछ नहीं होगा. So did you feel that, you know, there is something different? I mean, did you feel that your understanding or your, you know, family environment is quite different to a typically family environment?
Well, I think it was important. It was different because I think most people in our country, especially, have got this false sense of, they attach this kind of strange pressure in terms of what a parent is supposed to behave like with a child. A parent is supposed to be your guide, is supposed to be your friend, is supposed to be your mentor. It's not supposed to be your, you know, kind of frightening school principal or something, in terms of, you know, if you're going to be frightened of your parents, how can you, I mean, you have to respect your parents. You have to kind of definitely respect them and their feelings and their wishes and whatever, but you cannot be terrorized by them. So I think that I am thankful for my parents being as open as they were with me, because today I'm 26 years old and I'm independent, I'm successful. I mean, I'm not dependent on anybody in this world for my financial or my emotional security. I was never brought up to believe that, okay, there's a difference between me and a boy. I mean, I was treated like a boy. It's not like ये लड़की है तो लड़की ये नहीं कर सकती और लड़की काम नहीं करेगी और वो घर पे बैठेगी. Never. Yeah. What was wrong for a person to do, not for a girl or a guy to do. So my mom told me this very long ago. She said, listen, we parents are only here to provide children with a roadmap. Okay, this is what your life is going to be like, and I'll give you a roadmap and guidelines कि ये करना चाहिए, ये नहीं करना चाहिए. मगर end में तो life तो तुम्हारी है, जीना तो तुमको है. No matter what we say, if you want to go ahead and do something, you're going to go and do it anyway.
Okay, Pooja, in your own personal thing, like for example, your father is always being talked about, like, you know, it's always said कि Pooja Bhatt, Mahesh Bhatt's daughter. Your mother never comes in.
Yeah, she doesn't, because my mother hates publicity. She doesn't even see any of my films. I tell her, okay, Mummy, this is a very important film. Please watch the film now. I've produced Dushman. Watch it, for example. I think she's seen about 3 or 4 films of mine in the last 9 years. I mean, I've done more than 24. So she is not really well versed with the film industry. She does not know कि कौन
क्या कर रहा है,
कौन star है और कौन number 1 है और किसकी film चल रही है और she's not interested only. I mean, she doesn't treat me like I'm a special person at all. Okay. You know, she's like, star war tum bahar hogi, you know, when you come home, please just forget about all that. And that's important, I think. But I'm 26 and I'm not any different from any girl who works in a bank somewhere or works in a boutique somewhere or goes to college somewhere. Exactly. You know, it just so happens कि मैं actress हूँ, तो मेरी life glamorous है. मगर glamour जो देखते हैं आप लोग तो magazines में देखते हैं.